Alright, time to do some Patreon requests. And this first one we're going to do is from my good friend Jason Voorhees 2011. And as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can start sending me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. But once you hit the third tier, that is. But other than that, hope you all enjoy this, and yeah, let's get started. So as you can see from the title, it is Wonder Woman versus Maestro. Earth Imperfect. Basically what this is a Hulk versus Wonder Woman story. This is the Maestro Hulk from Future Imperfect. But this Wonder Woman is a little different. It's the Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman Dead Earth. Jason asked me to do two requests, and both of them kind of centered around Wonder Woman Dead Earth. And this was the first one, involving Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman Dead Earth versus the Maestro. So let's get started. So the story begins with, it begins after the events of Wonder Woman Dead Earth, with Diana protecting the rest of what's left of humanity after the events of the war between the mutated Amazons and the rest of mankind. Where in here, essentially she's trying to keep the remainder of mankind together and still forge a new world, where she can, basically she's aware that, her people were the cause of her people, the monsters they became, were hideous, a big factor of nearly wiping out humanity. But she's trying to move past that and build a new society for mankind to for humankind to live in. But as she's trying to work on this new colony, something happens that pulls her away. Something occurs that basically yanks her away from this new establishment. And that's she's being pulled through time. And Diana's like, what the fuck's going on? And gets pulled, and basically finds out that she's been pulled, she thinks she's being pulled to the future or maybe another universe. It's the latter. It's the future of another universe. What happened was, Diana finds herself in another weird, desolate wasteland where she meets a elderly Rick Jones with his granddaughter. And what happened was they were trying to test the time platform, Dr. Doom's time platform. If you remember in the original Hulk Future Imperfect story, in that story, they used Dr. Doom's time platform to bring the Hulk to the future to fight his future self. But they were testing it first. They had to make sure it still worked. So what had happened was they tested it. They didn't exactly know the whole bells and whistles. And instead of what they were trying to do was pull something else from the past. Instead, they pulled something from an alternate timeline. Hence why Diana's here. And they're like, who the fuck is this? They're the rebellion, rebellion against the Maestro. They're all confused because they're like, who the hell are you? They have no clue as to who is this person, nor do they have any recollection, because in Rick Jones's whole, at first they think maybe it's another hero from the past. Instead of grabbing Bruce, maybe they grabbed someone else. And Rick Jones is that's not, he has his in and out moments, but when he sees another hero, the old Rick comes right back. And he basically comes back in that moment, and he's like, that's no one I know. That's I don't know who that person is. And Diana basically goes, I'm Diana from Themyscira. I am Wonder Woman. What universe is this? And he's like, one you ain't from. So Rick explains what happened. There was a nuclear war. All the heroes died. Hulk and one of his best friend, the Hulk, became the new overlord of this new Earth. So Diana's like, oh good, I'm in another timeline where mankind ended up destroying itself. All the heroes are gone, and the last one left is an asshole. I feel like we're kind of running in circles here. So they're like, our plan was to bring the only person who could probably beat Bruce, his past self. But maybe we don't need to do that. Maybe, we brought you here by accident, but you seem like a pretty tough girl. You seem like a tough lady. Maybe you can, take out the Hulk. Like, maybe you can take out the Maestro and, free us. And she's like, I'm all, like, Diana's like, I don't come from this timeline, but what I do know is tyranny no matter what timeline it is. If I do this, if I kill this Maestro of yours, then you guys will send me back to my timeline, right? And they're like, yeah, totally. We will absolutely 100% do that after you, but you gotta kill the Maestro first. So so while they're talking, they get attacked by by warhounds, and Diana immediately starts wrecking them left and right, and she's just like telling the guards, like, tell your Maestro that Diana, Princess of the Amazons, will never surrender to the. Tell the Maestro that Diana of Themyscira defies him. So they go back. They tell the magistrate, and the magistrate alerts. Basically alerts the Maestro, like, hey, one of our war parties got killed, and some of the survivor they got wiped out, but they said some Diana of Themyscira defeated them, and he's like, Diana? I don't know who the fuck Diana is. And he's like, it's someone, but if it's someone new, I could use a good fight, or at the very least, a queen for my brothel. So Maestro gets all prepped. In the city, Diana has made her way to the city, tearing her way through multiple guards. Like, she has gone through multiple soldiers left and right in her quest to find and take out the Maestro. Until finally, Bruce is there. Bruce is there waiting for her. He's like, so you're the Wonder Woman, right? Gotta say, I love me some tough women. Why don't you I don't know who you are. I've never met you, but how about this? You put down your sword. You've obviously shown you're a tough girl, and you can take a real man like me. How about I've been looking for a queen because I can just, I'm getting kind of tired of banging women banging all these dumb bitches all the damn time. You come be my queen, and we'll bang out some great children, and our bloodline will. And that's when Diana just clocks him and sends Maestro through a building. And that's when Maestro's laying there like, okay, this bitch is dead. And Diana's just I don't know what, I have trained my whole life to slay men like you. And Maestro's just like, lady, there ain't no man like me. So the two fight. Diana and Maestro just go into an all-out, just bloody fight. And Diana's just like, I have beaten the strongest warriors I killed the most powerful warrior in my universe. And Maestro's like, universe? Goddamn multiverse, I swear to God. So you're from another timeline. Who'd you kill? Whoever they are, they ain't as strong as me. And Diana's like, no, but they were better than you. So they keep fighting, and Diana's trying to pull the fight away from the city, but Maestro is purposely staying in the city so he can keep casualties. Therefore, Diana has to stop and fight the Maestro. So the two continue to do battle, but Maestro's just like, come on, you could you really think you could beat me? I don't know where you come from or what wars you fought, but I have survived it all. I am immortal, bitch. I could do this all day, as one of my dead friends once said. I could do this all day. I don't think you could keep this up forever. And Diana's like, nah, watch me. So they keep just brawling out. But it's very clear that neither of them are willing to, they're kind of caught in a standstill. And more or less, Diana does eventually get take the fight out of the capital city and into the wastelands. And as they just keep battling it out, Diana's thinking to herself, my memories of fighting Clark were tough, but I didn't hold back then. I'm not going to hold back now on someone who actually deserves to die. So they just keep fighting until finally, while they're battling it out, they're causing like shockwaves that are being felt across the world and like little colonies across like this apocalyptic Earth. But meanwhile, while this is going on, Rick Jones is like, she ain't gonna win. Like, there's no way. Like, I can see it in her eyes. There's no like, Bruce is gonna kill her. So we can't. And his granddaughter's like, no, Grandpa Rick, we just gotta let it. We just gotta let Diana, keep fighting. And he's like, she can keep fighting all damn time. She ain't gonna beat him. The only person who's gonna beat her, Bruce, is Bruce. So he basically orders that for the time platform to be fixed and pull Diana back. By that time they do, it pulls Diana back to her timeline, and they're like, well, at least it was a success. Now let's get the real big guy in here to take care of business. But Maestro's just kind of like after, because he sees Diana vanish, he's just kind of like, I don't know what just happened, but I don't like it, but I don't care, it's over. So, it was a nice fight, but it was a nice fight, but I'm bored now. I'm gonna go bang some bitches in my brothel. Hulk Maestro away! So Diana returns back to her timeline and is like thankful that she didn't become the Maestro, and continues protecting her little group of her little colony of humans to help them build, not in the same way the Hulk did, that version of the Hulk did. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That is pretty much Wonder Woman versus Maestro. You guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of it? Once again, I'd thank Jason Voorhees 2011 for this Patreon request and continued patronage. Like I said before, if you want a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, hit the 3rd tier. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.